So we know that plants make their own food through photosynthesis. But how does a plant get together the ingredients it needs for this? Sunlight, carbon dioxide and water, and then combine those to create glucose and oxygen? Well, that's what leaves are for. A leaf is a plant's food factory and its parts work together to get the reactants into one place, so the photosynthesis can happen. Let's start with sunlight. Have a look at a leaf. The top of it is exposed to the most sunlight, so the cells specialized for trapping lights are on top. These cells are called Palisade Mesophyll and they are packed full of chlorophyll, the green chemical that plants use to absorb light. That's why the top side of the leaf is darker than the bottom side. You should also note that most leaves have a large surface area so that they can trap as much sunlight as possible. What else do we need for photosynthesis? Carbon dioxide. That's where the bottom of the leaf comes in. It's got these little pores called stomata which open up so carbon dioxide can diffuse into the leaf. They are controlled by sausage-shaped guard cells which open up to let carbon dioxide in. But they can also close up the stomata to prevent other things like water from escaping. So the carbon dioxide comes in through the stomata, makes its way through gaps in the airy layers of cells called spongy mesophyll at the bottom part of the leaf, and then heads up to the palisade layer for photosynthesis. Leaves are thin, so the carbon dioxide won't have too far to travel. So we have got sunlight and carbon dioxide now. What's left? Water. Water comes through the roots and stem and enters the leaf through the vascular bundle, which contains a hollow tube for water transport called the xylem. Look at how the vascular bundle spreads out in the leaf to form veins so it can spread water throughout. So now the leaf's palisade cells have water, carbon dioxide and sunlight. All they need to do is photosynthesis and make glucose, their food, and oxygen. But how does the leaf prevent unwanted intruders like bacteria from getting in and stop important reactants like water from escaping? Above the palisade mesophyll and below the spongy mesophyll are epidermis cells, which produce a waxy coating called the cuticle. The cuticle seals up the leaf so that the only way in and out is through the stomata, which are regulated by the guard cells. Now let's go back through the parts of the leaf from top to bottom. We have got the thin waxy cuticle, then the epidermis cells. These basically makes up the leaf's skin. Then comes the chlorophyll, rich palisade mesophyll, where the bulk of photosynthesis occurs. Below that is the spongy mesophyll, which have plenty space between them for reactants to move through. Through that space stretches the vascular bundle with xylem to transport water and phloem, which transports sugar after photosynthesis. And below that we have got another layer of epidermis and cuticle. Space around the lower epidermis and cuticle are the stomata with guard cells on either side. Leaves come in all different shapes and sizes. Look at a cabbage leaf and an oak tree leaf, but most of them have same parts in common, which allow them to get their reactants in and perform photosynthesis.